So I'm sure the Boreham Wood fans, the Wood Army, are just as excited as I am to get the season off tomorrow against Weymouth. It's been a long pre-season, or a short pre-season, because you've had three in the last year, as you've told me many times. How excited are you to get back into the swing of things and get that first game underway?
Yeah, I think the players are probably more excited than I am. I've got to be honest, they're chomping at the bit. We were probably ready 7 to 10 days ago, just because it has been a long pre-season. I love competitive games, as do the players. It's been good to sort of get a group together, a new sort of personnel coming in the building to get used to the way we play. But I felt that they got accustomed to that quite quickly. And you can see this week we've worked heavily on Weymouth, how they go about their business, how we're going to go and try and exploit their weaknesses, nullify their threats. And yeah, I know that the players more than anyone are chomping at the bit. And yeah, it's exciting to start a new season within the National League. They're going to be tough opposition. They've recruited really well. Got a manager in there that plays a certain style, and we need to ensure that we're right on our game come Saturday.
You mentioned that they recruited well. We've recruited well as well. How have the new boys fitted in to the squad?
Just as people more than anything, Mike, I've got to be honest with you, mate. Just good lads. They're real good people. I think we're hot on that as a club. You look at the recruitment that we've done on the pitch and off the pitch, being the S&C boys, the new medical team, analyst today that I've spoken to that I really like. He's got a good energy about him. And I think that as a whole, just the whole recruitment from first team to the academy, whether that's Charlie Wickham coming in, Lloyd Doyley coming in, whether it's with the academy and the first team assistant manager's role, I just think that we've recruited some really good people. As players, I think it speaks volumes, the pre-season, the manner in which we've gone about our business, and our performances in certain games have been really good. But it means nothing, and I said this to you many a time, as long as we're going to Weymouth on the 21st of August, fully fit, no injuries, that was a massive plus for me. And that's something we're doing. We're going with a good squad tomorrow, a well-drilled squad, a well-worked squad. I think they're probably at their peak fitness coming into now yesterday's session and today's session. We come right off it today to ensure that they're nice and sharp for tomorrow. They need to go and apply themselves. They've been given a game plan, and it's for us all to implement to go and get 3 points. And yeah, having new players in the building and integrating them with what we already had, yeah, I think it's been very pleasing.
And you mentioned it there. You said the whole pre-season injuries are your main thing. You've had 2 weekends off now. How are the injuries and everyone feeling going into this game?
Got to be honest, with Mendy come out of the session yesterday, and I'm fearing that he was going to miss the opening game. He trained fully today. Obviously, Rico had a knock going back 3-4 weeks ago now. Joshy Reese had an issue at Enfield coming off prior to the game starting, didn't then play the Kings Langley game. But yeah, touch wood, as it stands, we've been pretty fortunate with our injuries. The boys train so competitive. I'm constantly saying easy on the sideline because they're going into 50-50s that they don't need to. But yeah, we're going to Weymouth fully fit, 17-man squad to go and get 3 points. And that's what we got to look at. We got to go and try and win games of football this year. I think we finished on 16, 17 draws last year. So we need to ensure that that's not the case. Like I said, they're a good outfit and there's no easy game in the National League. And we need to be fortunate with injuries and suspensions. And luckily enough, going into tomorrow's game, we've got everyone available. And that was one massive positive coming out of the 6 weeks pre-season.
And you've said getting 3 points, not just tomorrow, but throughout the whole season. You mentioned the draws there. What are your expectations for the season and what are you hoping to achieve from this season?
See, I'm a busy manager and I go through social media, and I have to say I was watching the live sort of feed on Halifax, and they said it. There's probably 10 or 12 teams that have not got a God-given right, but have got a state EFL or spending big, we're going to be competitive. As a club, we're competitive. Yes, we want to achieve as much as we achieved 4 years ago, as much as we achieved 2 years ago, and that being in the playoffs. And that's our aim, don't get me wrong, but we're realistic. We need to ensure that we take every game as it comes. I've not even addressed all the shot with the boys, not even spoken about Dover over the bank holiday weekend. The mentality has got to be win the next game. So we go to Weymouth tomorrow, and we need to ensure that we come away with a result. It's the opening day. They're level pegging with every one of us in the National League, and they're going to have an upward curve in terms of where they want to go and their expectations. We need to ensure that we go and stick to our game plan and do what we want tomorrow. And all I'll really address in terms of that is winning the next game. And that's the mentality I've spoken to about the group, that we don't focus on a cluster of 6 games, a cluster of 8 games, a cluster of 12 games. We literally focus on the next game, and that needs to be paramount in how we go about our business this year. And if we are to be successful, we need to not have as many draws as what we had last year. I've spoken to the group many a times about our stats. There's a new way of us setting up for corners for and corners against, and I felt that was very productive throughout pre-season. Our deliveries in the box has been the best I've seen. And in-house, we have our expectations. That will be sort of tight-lipped, but we need to ensure that we go and pick up 3 points on the opening day to give us a start that we probably haven't had in the National League in the last 3 or 4 years.
That was my last point there. So finally, on the COVID season last year, what do you think this season will be different? Do you think the intensity will be bigger from the fans and more atmosphere at the games?
Listen, you look at the top 7, take Sutton out of it, you could probably say that would be quite rightly the top 7 in the National League. They didn't have fans last year. So is that a pressure in itself? I know teams are going to the likes of, I know Wrexham are going to Solihull, but Team Dagenham are going to Stockport. And I see early on this week that Stockport had sold 6,500, 7,000 tickets. So probably by the time the kickoff starts at 3 p.m. tomorrow at Stockport, there might be 7,500, 8,000 in there. That brings a pressure itself. You'd like to think that would aid Stockport, but sometimes goes against them. In terms of us, it's white noise. We got to get on with what we can get on with. We got to control what we can control. I honestly believe there's going to be a disruptive season. You see the likes of Grimsby, Bromley going, Yeovil going, Dover going. So, I don't think we're out the water yet. I have to say, I think there's going to be a lot of issues with regards to the 10 days isolation periods, and we're going to be caught up in that. We're doing as best we can as a club. We've not been in an indoor environment all pre-season. No changing rooms, no analyst suites, no breakfast, no lunches. So, I can't imagine many other clubs are doing that. But like I said, we can only control what we can control. We need to ensure that we've got everyone fit and available for us being wheeled out every week. The difference probably this year is we've got 15, 16 players that I honestly believe in. And I'm not saying I didn't believe in them last year, but with regards to injuries and suspensions, and I just feel that we're in a better place. But for us, it's about how we start. We go to Weymouth tomorrow. We know how tough it's going to be. We need to ensure that we stick to the game plan. The players are fit and raring to go, and we want to, like I said, start the season with 3 points on the board.